During the early 70s, when the Vietnam War ended, many of the soldiers that made it home came back with not only the psychological effects of war, but with an addiction to heroin, the most addictive drug of the time. Many African-American soldiers returning to the inner cities of places like Philadelphia, Detroit, and Harlem found that even though they had fought for their country, there was no promise of the American dream. Some turned to the streets to make their living. The ones hooked on heroin spent the 70s in a haze, spending every dime on their fix. Street hustlers, pimps, and drug dealers sprouted up everywhere. In Harlem, New York, a young kid named Freddie Myers started out as a petty crook and rose to become one of the biggest drug kingpins in Harlem's history. He was known on the streets as New York Freddie, and this is his story.
Yeah, I used to live right here from 1952 to 1973. That was my bedroom. That was my bedroom right there. And the next one with the white in the window, that was my mother and father's bedroom. That's where I played my ball at. This is called the Big Park. This is where we used to come and play. You know? And all I had to do was come downstairs and get on the court and do my thing. It was even times when I actually throw my ball out the window on the court to claim the court. And when I came downstairs, my ball would be on the court. And whoever was trying to get their run on, I said, man, you see my ball? They said, yeah. I said, yeah, well, you know what time it is. You know, I mean, I got the court. You know, so I was a little bully. My mother didn't work. She had two boys to raise, you know, and we had a regular upbringing, you know. My parents was very good to me. My father treated me like a king. He used to install the remote control garages. How you put the system in for the garage door to go up. He used to do that, and he also worked on the mechanic field also. And eventually, he lost his thumb in the machinery, and they gave him like $86,000, $89,000. It was nothing that I wanted for growing up. It was always there for me.
Growing up, the only successful people Freddie saw in his neighborhood were street hustlers and professional athletes. Making it to the NBA was Freddie's dream. The average basketball player at the time was making around $30,000 a year. The street hustlers on Freddie's block were making 10 times that. With no guarantees of making it in the pros, Freddie set his sights on making his fortune in the streets.
It's 17 hours.
There was an opportunity I had with a guy named Blip, may he rest in peace. He had got packages of drugs. He had a couple older brothers that was hustling up on the avenue, 8th Avenue, and he would get packages, and he would take me with him. Literally, he would sell them, and I would hold the money.
In a short time, Freddie gained the knowledge he needed to go out on his own. He started out going to hotspots where he knew people were buying drugs.
What I would do was go to the pool room at night and sell my little weed, basically when the pool room closed, because the pool room itself was a weed spot. And when the pool room closed at 12 o'clock, it was a lot of clientele that would come through looking for to get their smoke on, and the weed guys went in by then, you know. So I would sit out there on the milk crate and just sell what I had. And I think an ounce was at that time was about $20, you know. So I would make a few $100s off just 1 ounce, you know. And if I had 2 ounces, you know what I'm saying, I would make maybe $900 to $1,000. But eventually, I got a pound of reefer. And once I got a pound of reefer in the sand, then I was averaging maybe saved $3,500. I think a pound of reefer costed $250 at that time.
While selling drugs at night, Freddie found that he could also make fast money, breaking into jewelry stores. He earned the nickname Ali Baba for the way he constantly escaped from police.
Was breaking jewelry store windows, broad daylight, in front of everybody, on 34th Street, I don't care where it was at, just saying, snatching the jewelry out the window, running down the street in broad daylight with a tray of diamond rings, a tray of diamond watches, you know, anything that would glitter. Absolutely no respect for the police, and most 99% of them at that time was white. If I got 2 steps on them, I was gone. I knew the train system, the subway system. I knew what train station you could run down, and it just had like little terminals. You had to already have your token, and once you put the token in, you go through the terminal. They didn't have no tokens. You know, they didn't have no tokens. So I literally was on the other side laughing at them. I'm gonna shoot you. Yeah, go and shoot. I don't believe you can shoot, you's a punk. You know what I'm saying? And the train come, I get on the train laughing at him. You know? And that's basically how it was. Never got caught.